welcome to Jade Coloring. This is part 2 of my Fairy and Fantasy color along. We're working on the Raven Guide page, and this book is by Christine Karron. I've decided to go with blue for his shirt. I couldn't decide if the hood was part of a shirt or should be colored a different color, but I'm going to start with that and then decide what I want to do with the rest of the shirt. So hopefully it'll turn out. I went ahead and picked out 3 blue colors, and the darkest being indigo blue, and then the Indian Throne blue and Copenhagen blue. And then I'm also going to be using a white Prisma to blend those together. I'm going to try working on a small section and then going from there. I'm going to go in with the darkest of the colors, which is the indigo blue. And I'm just going to lightly draw out where I want the shadows to be. I'm going to move my light real quick. Okay, I fixed the lighting, I think. I still struggle with how to make the lighting decent. This is indigo blue, and I'm just going to start shading. I'm just going to work on this piece of fabric here. Okay, I think I want a little bit more at the top here. Just kind of lightly run that along. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with Indian Throne blue, and just kind of starting a little bit further down and bringing that further in to the center of this section of the hood. And hopefully it doesn't end up looking like blue jeans. I feel like it happens to me a lot when I try to make a more kind of richer blue fabric. Sometimes looks like blue jeans. This is Copenhagen blue. And going a little bit further in, I'm going to add just a little bit of that in the center here. And then I want to go back in with indigo And I'm just going to go over some of the really darker areas that I want that to really be not quite like a black color, but kind of really dark blue. Okay, and now I'm gonna hopefully blend it out, and maybe it won't look like blue jeans. I'm gonna start in the center and just lightly blend all those colors together. I like that. I think it looks like a nice rich blue fabric, which is what I wanted to go for. So just blend it out a little bit more and kind of focusing in the center to kind of add that highlight and along the edge of the fabric there. I'm going to work on this little section there. So I'm going to kind of trace out this dark outline here. Okay, so then we got Indian Throne Blue, and I'm just going to add a little bit of that. Trying to keep it simple, just use these 4 colors and, you know, not make too much of this part and still have fun kind of putting it together. This is Copenhagen Blue. I'm just going to go in the center of those 2 colors. And then blend them all together with the white Prisma. Starting in the center and kind of working my way outwards. And like up and down motions. I'm going to take indigo and I'm going to just go back over this line here because it got a little bit blended out, because I still want it to be separated. Okay. Doing the same thing. I got you a little bit closer. I'm gonna outline. The section with indigo blue. And it's a small area, so you might want a good sharp pencil. Indian Throne blue. Kind of go in the center of this here. It kind of looks like a deep fold, so I'm going to make it a little darker. And Copenhagen blue. And then the white Prisma. Just going to go over all those here at the top and on that section. A little bit in the center. And just try to blend them together. Take indigo and doing the same thing, but I'm going to leave a little bit of like the top here clear. I'm not going to outline it. I'm just going to go along this bottom half. And then next color, Indian Throne blue, and I'm going to lightly add that just a little bit closer to that edge. And then take Copenhagen and just go over that top part. Starting with the top, I'm working my way down with the white Prisma. I wanted that to kind of be a little bit highlighted because I feel like, you know, it would look a little bit like the moon is on it or something, like light coming in that way. I'm just trying to smooth everything out. Being very light-handed though. And we can go back in later and touch up where I feel like the shadows need to be deeper in some of the folds of the cloak. But for now I think it's looking pretty good. I don't want to get too crazy with the shadow because I want to be able to fix it later. This is indigo, and I'm just going to do a very similar thing to this section of the hood. A little bit darker on this part here where the line is kind of darker. And then Indian Throne, starting up at the top here and just blending my way down. Copenhagen at the very top. And then white Prisma, starting at the top and working your way across and down. go in with indigo and run it along that bottom part of this upper one we just did. Okay, so it gets a little bit trickier with the bigger sections, but I tried to see where she's already got like indentations shaded in, and I just start outlining those. With my darkest of the blues, the indigo, just so I have an idea. And it helps me to work in sections because that's just how I tend to do it, kind of work a little bit at a time. So I'm going to try and figure out how I want to go about. I think we're going to start with this back part here, outline it a little bit. With the indigo, I'm just going to kind of outline that in the back, being kind of the back of the image here. I kind of am going to make it a little bit darker. And then we're going to the indent thrown, take that across this little section. Copenhagen. Very lightly with this one, kind of holding it toward the further up on the barrel. And then our Prisma going in the center all the way down. And then you can kind of touch up the sides, blend those out a little bit, make them smoother. I'm just going to take indigo and go around the plant here and the flowers. Just trying to decide, you know, what's flower and what's cloak, and just slightly blocking out that color behind it with the blue. It does look like there's like thread that runs along the bottom, and I probably will do that a different color. I just haven't decided yet. But we can go ahead and add the line of indigo where like the fabric kind of gathers. I'm still deciding on exactly what I want to do with the other part of the shirt. If I do another color, I'm really not sure what color I should do. Maybe a brown, I guess. So I might do something like that, but still debating it. I don't know. I feel like, you know, it could work out to do it blue as well, but then also you could kind of do an accent of blue with these like pattern like sleeve things. But not sure. A little indecisive about that. And so all it is now is just trying to figure out how to cover up this large area. You can still kind of tackle it a little at a time and just connect them as you go. Kind of work on this part here using my indigo blue. And then Indian Throne blue. Copenhagen, kind of in the center, using a little bit more pressure when I'm kind of connecting the Indian Throne blue and the indigo, but then in the center like very light, because I still want a little bit of white showing through from the little bit of the paper. It'll make a more it'll make it easier to do the highlight and kind of make it look like the fabric is kind of gathered. So starting in the center and then blending my way out. So I guess we'll start here. It's kind of like a V-shaped fold, kind of darkening that up, making my way back into this part of the cloak. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along and trying to make sense of, you know, how she's got it drawn out and how I think the fabric would naturally lay. But I need to be careful of the thread that's right here. I'll try my best. It's very tiny though, so I'm gonna outline it a little bit with the indigo and hope for the best. Maybe I won't cover it up too much. So Indian Throne blue. Picking up where we left off with the indigo. Copenhagen. Just trying to blend them all together, connect them, smooth it out. And go in with white in the center. And just smoothing it out. And take a little bit of the Indanthrone blue and go over this kind of thicker piece of the, well, it looks like it would be kind of thickly gathered right here, so I'm going to take that and add that to that part, and then also take the Copenhagen, add a little bit of that, and then just take the white and blend them together. And hopefully I'm not covering up too much of that kind of thread that's showing. Indanthrone blue. And then Copenhagen. Taking the white. And take indigo and go a little bit heavier along the side of this flower, blending that into this part. Indanthrone, taking that. I don't want it to be too highlighted in this back part here, so I'm kind of taking that a little bit over the center of those colors meeting, and then taking Copenhagen blue and kind of bringing that in to where we kind of left a tiny little bit of white space showing, but still I don't want it to be super bright, so I'm going to go in with the white and then just take that over and just not using very much pressure, blend all those colors together. That's kind of along here on the flower. Trying my best to not, you know, get the flower too blue. I'm not really sure what color I'm going to color those yet. I'm sure there are colors, you know, already for them, but I don't really know what that would be, so I might just kind of pick what color I think would be pretty with the rest of the colors I've chosen. This is Indian Throne. And then some of the Copenhagen. And white. I'm gonna go back in with indigo and same thing, color around these leaves and the flowers. As best I can. Might have to do some erasing later, but that's okay. I'm trying my best to outline this, but I'm not doing a very good job, I don't think. And that's okay. I'm going to take, this is a big section, so I'm going to do a lot of the area in indigo and then kind of work from there. Trying to follow the way that it's shaded, but it's a little bit hard to, you know, judge. Kind of just trying to do the best I can. I'm gonna go ahead and go kind of switch it up a little bit, go in with Copenhagen. I'm gonna work on this smaller section here. I'm just going to lightly add that to the whole part of this cloak here, our hood. And I'm going to try to not forget about that side. I just remembered there's like another section showing from the other side. Very light layer. Indian throne blue. Taking this along that line there, kind of by the flower. I'm just trying to blend it together, you know. I think these colors kind of meet each other. Go back in with a little bit of indigo. I ended up making that thread just a really light color blue where it stands out enough, but then you maybe can't tell I got a little bit of the other blue in there too much. Just kind of make the best of it. A lot more layering involved in bigger areas to cover because I don't want it to look weird. So this is Copenhagen. I'm just going back into that, kind of blending those two darker colors together and making my way toward the center. I feel like I'm spending more time on this part than I did the whole section up here. This is white, and well, I think I'd need a little bit more. Kind of go with the side of the pencil, do a few passes over that wider spot that we left. Kind of cover that up a little bit more. And so we're going to go in with white. I'm very lightly going to start blending those colors together. Kind of sticking to up and down motion. I think that's all I'm going to do with that. Okay, I'm going to go in with Copenhagen blue, and I'm just going to continuing to cover the this big area of the cloak. Then I'm going to take Indian Throne Blue. I think I've decided that I'm going to color his tunic, well, the other part of his shirt, kind of a light brown color maybe, but I'm not, I think that might turn out okay. Just because I want the hood to kind of stand out by itself, and I thought, you know, if I did too much blue, it would be, you know, a little too much blue, so I think I'm going to do that part a different color. And I'm just slowly making my way to the center with this Indian Throne Blue. Just trying to blend all the colors together and get an even layer so I can have kind of like a rich color. Okay, I'm going to go in with the darkest color, indigo blue, and just pay special attention to the edges here of this section. I'm going to go back in with Indian Throne Blue and hopefully just, you know, do this and then go with the Copenhagen Blue, and then hopefully it'll be ready to be blended together. Okay, clear it away a little bit, and then Copenhagen Blue, starting kind of at the edge where we left the Indian Throne Blue and making our way closer into the middle. Just blending as I go. very lightly. You may want to take the side of the pencil, just going in the center. I'm just going to go over that a little bit until you know it's kind of covered up just enough. You can alternate directions, kind of smoothing everything together. Okay, so I'm thinking that that is good enough, and we're going to go in with the white pencil and see how it works blending it out. Sorry, I was distracted by that little section of fabric up there. Okay, so I'm gonna work with the side of the pencil at first. Okay, so we're gonna start blending out from the center. Being careful to clean it off because there is quite a bit of stuff kind of coming off of there. So I'm just kind of, you know, doing my best. Get a little closer to meeting the two sections together and blending them in together. I think that turned out as good as, you know, I could get it, I think, with blending it out. And, you know, we can always go back and do some touching up, but I think we're going to leave it like that for now. I want to work on this part, and it shouldn't take too long because we're just kind of filling in this little edge here where the thread is on the side, and also I have to do that side. I almost forgot. But I decided to go in with, I think this is, well, I'm not really sure what color this is, but it's PC 919, and that is going to be a really light blue color. So I'm going to use that for the thread. And I think I'm just going to use Indenthrone and Copenhagen blue to do this part here. I think that would be more than enough added in there. This is Indenthrone. And I'm just going to outline this small section of the cloak. Kind of left that a little bit not blended out very good, so I'm going to add a little bit of that into the part behind the flower. Okay, going in with Copenhagen. Oopsie, got a little bit on that flower. I don't even know if I even got the flower. I think my electric eraser has been a little bit weird lately. Okay, so we're taking white and I'm going to blend out the sections we just colored. And then hopefully just taking a light blue color, this PC 919, go over the thread, and maybe it won't be too noticeable that I got a lot of blue on that. I think that's turning out better than I thought it would. I thought I completely messed that part up and covered it up with the other blue colors, but I think that will do just fine. Okay, I decided to go with a brown kind of color for the rest of his shirt. Taking light umber, and I'm just going to really fill in this part of the sleeve. And then go in with 30% French gray. And then finally putty beige. Yeah, PC 1083. And kind of blend them together, hopefully. And I think I like that. I didn't want it to be too overpowering, so just trying to keep it simple. Going in with light umber. I'm going to outline the kind of edge of the sleeve here with that. Sorry, I forgot to sharpen them. So 30% French gray. Oh man, broke it. So I'm gonna try to just take this along this part of the sleeve. And go in lastly with the putty beige. do a little bit of touching up with the light umber. Okay, this is putty beige, and I'm just going to take that out right in the middle of everything. Then just work my way down. Outlining this part of the fabric. Then I'm going to go in with 30% French gray. And putty beige. I like it. It's not the most exciting colors that I've ever colored a shirt, but I usually tend to go way too bright sometimes for the clothing. So I'm trying to lately tone it down a little bit, use more, you know, brown and green tones and maybe white-ish kind of tones, and trying to achieve that so it's not like the main focus of the page. And his hood is kind of really bright already, so I really wanted to keep it a little bit simpler with the rest of the shirt. So I'm thinking that it'll probably work out just fine. So I'm just going to keep on working on the sleeve here, and hopefully it won't look too terrible together. I always second guess myself whenever I am, this is light umber by the way, starting, you know, out a page, especially in the beginning. But I've never been unhappy with a finished page, you know, for the most part, because I have so much fun just completing them that, you know, the whole point of it is coloring it, not really how it turns out for me, I guess, because it's a lot of fun. And sorry if that sounds real cheesy. That was light umber, and then this is 30% French gray. And take light umber again, kind of added a little bit more in there, 30%. Alrighty, and then we're going to go in with putty beige and blend them all together. kind of looks like it would be pretty dark in that little crease there, that fold. So I'm going to take light umber and completely cover that part. %, French gray. Putty beige. And then we just have this small section up here. I think I'm going to do a different color for this kind of detailed like band around his arms. This is light umber, 30% French gray, and finally putty beige, just kind of blending them all together. I want to go in a little bit with the light umber to kind of deepen the shadow of like the inside of the cuff of the arm. I feel like it would be a little bit darker in there. Oh no. My like pencil is like crumbling. I've been having that problem a lot lately with my Prismas. They're really old, but I don't know if that would make them get crumbly like that. I'm not sure. I mean, when I say old, maybe like 5 years or so, or 4. I've had them for that long. I have replaced some of them, but I try to. Eventually, I'm probably gonna have to get another set. Okay, one sleeve down. Let's kind of work up here on this part. I'm taking that light umber and I am kind of going underneath the hooded part. Being a little bit more heavy-handed with that one. Then French gray. I don't know why I tend to really reach for the French gray Prismas. They really are very useful pencils to have for adding shadow and stuff in a lot of the pages of color. Especially when working with browns, for me at least. I really like them for that. Okay, now putty beige. starting at the edge and then making my way across, going in the center. This part I feel like would be darker, so I'm going to take a lot of light umber and go in, kind of coloring around the flowers and all that extra stuff here. %, French gray. There it goes again. I'm not really trying to bear down hard on the pencil, but I'm doing something, I guess. And then putty beige. And this part under the arm, I'm going to go in with light umber. I guess that his shirt, I guess, goes all the way down into this like detailed framework. I guess it won't hurt. I wonder if it'll look weird if I color that. I don't think so. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's hard to tell if that's meant to be part of the shirt. I'm gonna say so. Just kind of going in these like smaller areas with light umber. %, French gray. Putty beige. go in with 30%. Do a little bit more shading. And I guess this part is part of his shirt as well. Yeah, I'm just going to continue to work on his shirt. And hopefully we'll be making some progress on this page, I hope. Well, actually, I think I might pause with the shirt and maybe we'll do the band kind of right here. I don't really know. I guess I want it to be blue. So I'm just going to cover it with this PC 919. Very lightly. Hopefully don't look too out of place. Okay. I don't want to use the same blues I did for the hood. I want it to be a little bit different. And I think I want to keep with like the turquoise color. So I might go in with muted turquoise and then this light aqua and then maybe the white Prisma and see how that turns out. Sorry, I don't know where I put my white Prismacolor. I guess I put it back in here. There it is. So I'm going to sharpen these up because that is a little bit of a small space, kind of intricate the way the direction of the pattern's going. So I'm going to start with the darkest color, which is the muted turquoise. And I'm going to outline along this like kind of raised part. This kind of looks like a little ridge running across there. And then kind of go in the center of this. This is light aqua. And just trying my best to add these colors in here. It's not going to be very detailed or anything like that. I just want to try to get that to stand out a little bit. So I'm going to go back in with the muted turquoise and kind of outline the direction that this pattern is kind of going. And then maybe kind of touch it up with a little bit of light aqua. And blending it kind of as I go. And then I'm just going to take the white Prisma and just kind of run along in the direction that the thread's going. I'm just going to take the muted turquoise and kind of blend kind of in between the design here. This is light aqua. I think that looks pretty good. I'm just going to do the same thing for on the other arm here, starting with muted turquoise. And then taking light aqua and going around the edges here. And then I'm just going to outline the center part of the pattern. I'm going to go in with white and blend them all together. I think this is all I'm going to do for part 2. I managed to get the hood done and most of the shirt and this little extra kind of part on the shirt on the arms, but I'm liking how it's going. I really like the way it's turning out, and I'm having a lot of fun coloring this page. I can't wait to continue on and get some more done. But until the next video, thank y'all. Bye.